Welcome back to this series on setting up your own graphic design portfolio website. If this is the first time you're joining the series, I recommend you going back and watching the first video that was put out. It talks about why you should have a graphic design portfolio website in this day and age. This video that you're watching right now is about choosing your domain name. Where to choose a domain name, how much they cost, where you should transfer to if you've bought it from an outside source and you're going to a hosting platform, and all the details surrounding a domain name for your website. If you want to follow along in this course in an organized manner with extra bonus material, you can purchase the course for a very small price right now. I'm not sure when you're watching this video, but currently when I filmed the video and posted it, and you can get started and have all the information and any new information that's going to be added to that course in the future. Because you're an early bird, I'm giving that course for a very small price. Let's dive in right now on choosing your domain name for your graphic design portfolio website. All right, now first and foremost, let's talk about the domain name. There's two parts of the domain name. There's the name that comes before the domain extension. So for me, that's Benji Kaiser. And then you have the domain extension, which for mine is .com. I chose Benji Kaiser because obviously it's my name. It's very straightforward. It's very simple. It does not overcomplicate the situation. I chose to do a personal brand. I recommend that to some people who want to do a personally branded name. For me, it's more than just graphic design. So it's my YouTube channel, my blog, my design services, my YouTube consulting. So all those things kind of fall under benjikaiser.com. So if you have a complicated name though, I recommend not using your name. I recently came across a name. It is Valsevald Elgifor. I recommend not using your name unless you're going to do something like VE Designs or Valdi Designs or something that is kind of a unique spin-off of that. What I tell people when creating domain names is don't try and get cute and fancy. Don't try and get a domain name that takes you 3 minutes to explain because it's such a fun and novel concept. I just don't think it's effective. If you do From the Earth and Back Design Company Incorporated, what if they add an extra S or they miss a word? And when you're out at a coffee shop, you're talking to a potential client, you give them your website, they say, oh yeah, I'll remember that, and then they completely forget. So remember the marketing term KISS. Keep it simple, stupid, and you won't go wrong with your domain name. Let's move on to your domain extension. Now there's a lot of people who are really getting excited about .design, and I think it's a really clever way to get your name and design in the same website domain name. The only issue I have with that is for the past 25 years, since the inception of the internet, we have used .com, .net, .gov, .edu. And so with that, I don't think it's the smartest idea personally to start doing these weird hybrid domain names. Now, one recommendation I do have is if you want to do, for me it'd be benjikaiser.design, I recommend also owning the .com. And I'm going to show you how you can look at all the different ways that you can find out the domain names you can choose, and we'll jump into that here in a moment. But make sure that you can get the .com in my personal opinion, because then if somebody goes and they type in, for me, benjikaiser.com, you can redirect them to the .design. So that when they land on your site, you can see .design. That is just helpful with actually getting traffic and people to your website. You want to eliminate all confusions from you in your coffee shop or handing out your business card to them accessing your website to them signing you as a client. I think it's super important. All right, with that in mind, I'm going to jump on over to my computer now, and we're going to walk through the process of finding a domain name, finding if it's available, and then if you want to transfer it or start it on a hosting platform, we'll talk about that. All right, now the first thing we're going to do is set up a domain name. Now, there's two ways of doing this. Now, the first way would be going to Bluehost, which I'm going to be using as the hosting provider setting up here. But for HostGator and Bluehost, just so you kind of get a gist on what we're looking at here, these are the domain names that you can get. So you can only get these types of domain names. Now, if you want to go and get a unique domain name, you can go to something called Namecheap.com. I'll include that link in the description below. I want to get a domain name for my parent company, which is Kaiser Media Group. And I believe there's a .group. So I'm going to get unique on us here just to kind of show you guys, walk you through. If you want to do that fun, unique name, like I said, I recommend doing a .com to do a redirect. But in my situation, Kaiser Media is, somebody owns it for about $5,000, so I will not be doing that today. So I'm going to do kaisermedia.group. I'm going to add that to my cart. I'm going to make this in SSL, which is basically the HTTPS. That's what that means. So the SSL is the HTTPS. All right, and then I'm going to go to View Cart. And I'll go through the details to check all this out, and then I'll jump back with you guys as soon as I clear through this and help you guys out with getting it set up on Bluehost. Alright, so now I've gone through the checkout. I've gotten my domain name registration, which is kaisermedia.group. Got the positive SSL, which I think is very important in this day and age. The secure websites are a very big thing, even for Google search ranking, and as well as the load speed of your page. So you've officially bought your domain name, and now you're prepped and ready to set up hosting. So in the next video, I'm going to walk you through why you should pick a specific hosting platform and what features you should look for in that platform. You can head down into the link below, get the organized version of the course and the bonus material for a very small early bird price. I definitely recommend doing that. It's not going to have everything in the course if you get it right now, but it will have things added as I continue to work through this series, add bonus material, and grow that course. I just want to give you an opportunity to get in it sooner rather than later, and it'll just allow you to kind of step by step go through this material. I'm Benji Kaiser of benjikaiser.com, and thank you so much for watching this, and I'll see you here on the next episode.